I think people have a perception of what toxic people look like and that they'd be easy to spot. I think people think that they all hang about together. I got news for you. It don't work like that. So meet today's toxic person. And I know what you're thinking. Josh, your artistic expression just knows no bounds. And I'd agree with you. I want you to understand where toxic people go. I'll start with a high conflict zone. You know, where the gangs are, the high conflict people. I think a lot of people think that that's where all the toxic people go. And I'd imagine many of them like a night out there. But ultimately, it's not where they're living. Next up, we got the functional zone. Here you're gonna find the emotionally grounded people, people that have the resources, functional parts of society. Apparently they exist. I just don't think I've ever fucking been there. But let me tell you, toxic people are not hanging about in the functional zone. They'd be sticking out like a sore thumb. Next up, we've got this ever-growing place of the healing and hopeful zone. Here you're gonna find charities, spiritual communities of all kinds, support group. In many ways, it's the backbone of our society. Within it, there are lots of incredible people doing incredible work with charities, needed work, saving people, holding space, being incredible human beings for the vulnerable people that find themselves there. Because as well as those good people, this space is full of vulnerable people looking for hope. That's the important thing. The vulnerable people here are looking for something to help them give their life meaning, looking for a savior, somebody to look to. So if you're a toxic person, where are you going? Are you going to the high conflict zone? Are you going to the functional zone? Or are you going to the healing and hopeful zone where there's a bunch of vulnerable people looking for something? See, what you have to understand about the toxic person is that they are driven by a need for a supply. Vulnerable people are the perfect supply. Are they gonna bowl into this space looking toxic and horrible if they're looking for a supply? I saw one content creator say, what's in it for a parent aside from love? I'll tell you what's in it if it's a toxic person: a fucking supply. Yeah, I'm writing that like a fucking geography teacher. If you're one of the people in this space, like most of us are, packed full of good people doing good things, but it is also the toxic person's playground. And they ain't going there looking like a toxic person. They're going in a spiritual veil with spiritually enlightened words, toxic positivity, and emotional avoidance so that they can find a supply. This is why you shouldn't just look for the good in everybody. See them as they are. Look for the good and the bad, and then make a judgment on whether they get to be in your life. And thank me later.